When I watched Apple's keynote for the iPhone 12 Pro Max, I was super excited that these phones were getting Dolby Vision. However, it turns out that this is way more of a disappointment than I thought it was going to be. As you guys may have seen on some of my previous videos, I've had a lot of camera issues with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and so I've pretty much determined at this point that there is no use in using Dolby Vision. Unless you are a master color grader, you have Final Cut Pro on your Mac, and you're going to be putting in the effort to go the extra mile to edit videos in HDR. And uploading these HDR videos to YouTube takes up a ton of space, not only on your hard drive, but also on YouTube, which means unless you have a huge amount of upload bandwidth, lots of patience, lots of professional equipment, you should probably just turn Dolby Vision off. So obviously the easiest way to do that, you've probably already seen that in many other videos. You just open up your settings, you open up camera, and then you go into video, and then you turn HDR off. And this will allow you to just shoot in regular 4K and not in HDR. And there's two advantages to doing this. One is that you're not going to have any of these weird blown out looking videos anymore like you've probably seen in some other YouTube videos and like I'm showing you right here. That problem's going to go away. So that's the first thing that's great about turning the Dolby Vision off. And the other thing is that when you edit Dolby Vision, you have to use Final Cut Pro or iMovie on your iPhone 12 Pro Max. And unless you're used to editing videos on your iPhone, which me, I'm not. I use my phone as my camera, but I edit all of my footage on my computer, then this is going to be a hassle for you. However, if you are somebody that usually edits your footage on your phone, then this might actually be an advantage for you. However, keep in mind, even if you decide to keep the Dolby Vision on and edit an iMovie on your phone, uploading to YouTube is still going to take a long time because these file sizes are gigantic and your upload speed needs to be north of 100 megabytes per second or higher to get this done in any reasonable amount of time. So if you don't have the bandwidth for that, I recommend just turning the Dolby Vision off. And this is coming from my own experience, guys. I wanted to use the Dolby Vision because I thought it would be cool. I thought it would make my videos look extra great and all of that stuff, like you're watching Dolby Vision content on Netflix, but it's really not the same. And like I said, unless you are a master at using Final Cut Pro and color grading and doing all of these fancy things with your footage to make it look amazing, then turning off the Dolby Vision is definitely just the easier way to go. And to be honest, I did a recent video on my other channel. I actually filmed it twice. I did it once in Dolby Vision HDR, and I just did it once in regular 4K. Not only did the 4K video upload in about half an hour, and the Dolby Vision video took about 6 hours to upload, but also once they were actually on YouTube and I watched it in HDR on my 4K TV, I could notice hardly any difference. There was a small difference in picture quality, but to the average person, probably no one would even notice. So even though Apple heavily touted this feature in their keynote about these new iPhones, I really think this feature is probably way less important than you might think, and it just gives Apple the clout to say, hey, our phones can shoot in Dolby Vision, but in real world circumstances, it's really not going to help you out much. It's actually going to cause you a lot of pain, and it's probably just going to slow down your editing process significantly and your uploading process. And to me, anything that slows me down from making content is a no-go. So for now, I am foregoing the Dolby Vision, and if you want to keep things simple, I suggest you do the same as a small creator because it will just speed up your workflow. The 4K videos on the iPhone 12 Pro Max still look amazing, and I highly recommend using just the regular 4K settings on this phone.